All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Good to have you guys all here. And again, with another live stream. We are bringing the live stream on a daily basis. Big up to each and every one of you guys. I just had a fantastic read of this latest Athletic article, the Athletic article, where Claude Makelele has been interviewed. I mean, an absolute legend of the football club and a legendary player altogether, has done some amazing, I suppose, performances, careers all across, not just at Chelsea, but many different clubs, Real Madrid as well. It's a fantastic interview that the Athletic has done with Claude Makelele, and I think this is going to be really good to share with you guys. I really want to share all of this with you guys. I've got the Athletic article up. It's amazing. Do you know what? Before we get into the article, the more and more I see all of these people that were involved with Chelsea in recent times and have recently, obviously, when the new owners came in, they left. The more and more these people come out and speak about why they've left, it's clear to understand what type of project is actually getting, done at Chelsea Football Club, is actually culminating at Chelsea Football Club. I think recently we also saw Peter Cech in John Obi Mikel's podcast, not stating, not having a dig at the new owners, and he clearly states that he wasn't sacked or he wasn't let go of. He simply himself, Peter Cech, just didn't want to continue. He left, and he said that they had a new vision, they had a different sort of idea about how to run the football club, and Peter Cech just thought that it's something that just doesn't align with him. So all of these people, ex-players who were part of the Chelsea structure, and as soon as the new owners came in, they've slowly started to leave. It's clear to see why they've left. It's clear, and similarly with Claude Makelele as well. He pretty much says the same thing. And there's a lot of important comments that Claude Makelele has made in this particular interview, which honestly will wake a lot of us up. It will really wake a lot of us up. So interesting. It will be very interesting to go through the entire article with you guys. Big up to each and every one of you guys. As I said, good to see you all here. Take the moment before we go through the article and really dig deep and dissect every quote from Claude Makelele. Take the moment right now, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. So do all of that. Brian CFC, big up Coin Gang, big up to you as well, my man. Marcus, big up to you as well. Bill, big up Miz, keep it real. Thank you, my man. Big ups, Miz. Much respect, bro. Your work ethic is inspirational. Thank you so much. Glad that I'm able to inspire people out there, which is fantastic. Starboy Miz, I guess Darko, he's pretty reliable. He says Poch is gone regardless of what he does before the end of the season. Look, I hope so. I just have this slight inkling that Pochettino might stick around, because this guy's the ultimate yes man. He is just the ultimate yes man. Bumblebee, big up to you. Bumblebee is no longer buzzing for Chelsea. Big up, Miz. Big up, my man. All right, let's get into this article, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me just reduce that a little bit. There you go. Okay, Claude Makelele interview. Chelsea's players need to understand the club's DNA. Now, he goes around talking about a lot of stuff over here. I won't bore you guys with all of that, information. If you guys get an opportunity, then, make sure you go check that particular article out. But where I want to start talking about is few things he mentions here. Like, for instance, this one, because Claude Makelele, he left Chelsea and then he was doing a lot of managerial stuff at PSG and so on and so forth. But then he came back to Chelsea, and he said he goes on to say something like this: "I went back to Chelsea after Roman, Frank, and Peter called me to try to make a development of the Chelsea DNA." Says the 51-year-old. The players need to understand that. We built ourselves with Gianfranco Zola, Roberto Di Matteo, all these kinds of players, and we followed this path. We made success, and we have to make these new young players understand how to make themselves a success again in the Premier League. Even if the owner is different, the DNA never changes, the platform never changes. Look at what Makelele is saying here. Makelele is saying that the previous generations, they were successful because they had role models and leaders to look up to. These new owners have come in, and this is, I want to take a moment to pause here before we go on to the other comments on this article. These new owners, when they came in, they really should have done their level best to keep players like, for instance, Rudiger. Let's start with Rudiger. Rudiger's contract was coming to an end, but we all knew as a fan base how important Antonio Rudiger became for Chelsea Football Club. He became the face. He became a leader. He became the person that we all sort of felt that is what Chelsea's all about, his attitude. Rudiger's contract was coming to an end, and I know a lot of people, we can blame that, well, Roman era should have taken care of Rudiger's contract. Of course, they should have. But then came the sanctions, which kind of stopped doing all of these negotiations. We also have to understand, of course, Antonio Rudiger probably was looking for a lot of money, but maybe the new owners, the first thing they could have done is selected a few players to hold on to who define Chelsea Football Club. I'm just throwing out Antonio Rudiger as an example. I feel like as soon as he left, that started the trigger flow of so many other players leaving as well. Look, I wasn't a huge fan of Christensen, but Christensen's another one that left. But look, I wasn't too perturbed about that. Rudiger was definitely one of them. N'Golo Kante, Kovacic. Could Kante have stayed? Could we have made him an offer? Obviously, his injuries were an issue. Azpilicueta needed to leave. I'm pretty okay with that. He definitely needed to leave. Who else could we have kept like that? That just showed, that Chelsea DNA, would understand the Chelsea DNA to the core. So I think this is what Claude Makelele was saying, pretty much. Furthermore, he goes on to say, let me just have a look at this. Just have a look at a couple of comments as well in regards to this. Glad he was my first fave Chelsea player, that eternal number 4. Yep. Bumblebee, if Poch stays, the fans will be toxic towards the owners. Big egos getting weekly egg on their faces. Mason Mount, look, I wasn't too upset when Mason Mount left, right? I wasn't too upset as well. His performances were dipping anyway. I wasn't too annoyed about that. But I think one of Kante or Kovacic we should have kept. I think letting go of both Kante and Kovacic was detrimental. Yeah, Kova was part of that team for a little while, and you probably wanted him to stick around as well. Rudiger, Kovacic. If you're letting go of Kante, then you should have somehow kept Kovacic as well. Do you know what I mean? You're right. Rudiger was part of the spine from that team. Kante too, but was unfortunate. Kova too, and Silva. Silva was obviously, he stuck around, which was great. Azpilicueta should have stayed. It doesn't mean he had to play every match, but at least keep someone in the staff who knows the club, even a Makelele or JT. You're right. Look, Aspi could have stayed and not played often enough, of course. Someone just part of the backroom staff at least. But once again, with Aspi going, I wasn't too annoyed, to be honest. But I think Kovacic is someone that we could have kept, and he would have young players would have understood from players like Rudiger, from players like Kovacic, what it really meant to play for Chelsea Football Club. Do you know what I mean? So out of the recent mob, obviously when Makelele and those people were around, they had big personalities to look up to. Milo Camis, I don't even mind losing these players, but you need to have someone at the helm who knows how to win. It's simple. Even if it's kids, you have to hire a manager who knows what it means to win. Look, I agree to a certain degree what you're saying, Milo, but I felt we should have been a little bit more careful about all the exodus that took place last summer, and especially when the new owners took over. Antonio Rudiger is one we should have been able to keep. All right, let's go further down on this particular article, and we're going to start from here. Okay. I enjoyed myself because I spent time in the loan department helping the players. He explains, when I arrived, I was coaching them individually. This is the way to go, making them understand the way they are supposed to play, and that will let your quality come through. One example is Trevor Chalobah, who was playing as a midfielder. He says, I made him understand he was not a midfielder. You need to play behind in defense, because that allows you to see the game. So we talked a lot. He tried one time and he said he was comfortable like this and started making the way. He further goes on to say, yeah, here we go. This is when it starts getting really, really interesting about why he left. I stopped 6 months ago because the new project with Chelsea is different. The one I built for, he explains, different to the one I built for, he explains. Now is a different thing, a different project. It will take time. It's a problem for Chelsea because they don't have time. So you can clearly see from this particular comment from Makelele that what he was doing previously under Roman, building players from the academy level to understand the Chelsea DNA, to understand that playing for Chelsea is not just about playing for Chelsea Football Club, but it's about winning silverware. It's a way of life. You need to realize what it means to play for Chelsea. He was doing something really special with the up and coming youngsters, trying to make them have that same DNA as the players during Makelele era, understanding the requirements of being a Chelsea player. And obviously, as soon as Makelele came in, he probably felt that is not the direction. That is not the direction that the new owners want to go. And this particular comment here is clear as daylight, that Makelele felt that it was not the same Chelsea anymore. It was simply not the same Chelsea anymore. He further goes on to say, Roman picked me to go step by step because we were learning day by day, but it's not happening anymore. He says we need to be positive and give them time because it's different football, a different generation. Then he goes on to say, I know in football, anywhere, not just Chelsea, some players don't have the DNA of the club, says Makelele. When you buy one club, you need to understand the background and how difficult it is to be at that level. And this is so important. The players that we've brought in under this new ownership so far, I don't think too many really understands what it means to play for Chelsea, This is why we see them fluff around. This is why we see them in social media doing some stupid things. This is why we see them text messaging, Astrid wet. This is why we see them in the gym taking pictures of people's backside and so on and so forth. There's only a handful of players in the current squad that actually understands what it means to win. Cole Palmer is one of them. Cole Palmer fully understands what it means to win. Even lately, we are seeing players like Enzo Fernandez who've won the World Cup. Even their performances are dipping, partly because of them, maybe, but also partly because the players in and around Enzo Fernandez are not fully equipped to play for Chelsea Football Club as yet. And also, the manager is not understanding the strengths, the qualities of each individual in the football club. And his idea is a mismatch against the squad that we have. So this is a big commentary from Makelele saying that some players don't have the DNA of the club. When you buy one club, you need to understand the background and how difficult it is to be at that level. Then Makelele further goes on to say, Chelsea are one of the biggest clubs in London, and it's more difficult to adapt to the pressure because the fans know football. They judge quickly and they know exactly what they want. They see if the player is not ready, then he can't be successful. Simple as. Simple as. Makelele pretty much coming out and saying that Chelsea fans don't treat them like as if they don't know football. They fully understand football. This is why a lot of us, we've been getting so annoyed by what Pochettino has been saying in the press conferences in recent times or any of the interviews. Trying to feed us rubbish. Trying to tell us that it's okay to win a point against Brentford because we've had 3 tough matches in 6 days. Or trying to tell us that, go into the final with no pressure. It's not about winning silverware. It's not about winning finals. It's about having fun out there with a free mind. And so many other rubbish comments that Pochettino has been saying. This is why, when we see all these briefs coming out from journalists saying that, Chelsea should be higher up in the table based on data, based on AI and this, that, the other. Don't treat us like fools. Don't treat the fan base like fools. Makelele further goes on to say he needs to. So he's talking about Moses Caicedo because Moses Caicedo is struggling as well. He goes on to say he needs to learn. Adds Makelele, he's an amazing player. If Chelsea don't give him the platform with these details, he will struggle and it will be difficult, and he won't play at a higher level than he was before in the Premier League with Brighton. He needs to learn to read. It's very important for people to give him this message. He's an amazing player. If Chelsea don't give him the platform with these details, he will struggle and it will be difficult and he won't play at a higher level. I mean, Makelele is talking that these players, these very, very high quality young players coming in, they don't have anyone to look up to. They don't have anyone to tell them what it means to play for Chelsea Football Club. This is what Makelele is saying. If Chelsea don't give him the platform with these details, how are you going to feel? This is why some of us were advocating for Jose Mourinho to come to Chelsea Football Club. I know Jose is not the most liked name to come in as the next manager. I understand that. I know a lot of you guys probably don't want him, but this was one of the reasons why I wanted Jose to come in. Someone who actually knows the football club, someone who can actually tell these players what it actually means to play for Chelsea. Now we have a particular manager who's got no idea about what Chelsea Football Club is all about. And he's talking like a Spurs manager. He's dimming everything down. He's making everything look like it's not important. We have owners that have sort of mediocre ambition, it seems like. This is why I wanted Jose to come in. Someone who's seen Chelsea at the highest level. someone who fully understands Chelsea at its core and understands the fan base as well. So it's clear to see. It's clear to see what Makelele is saying. He further goes on to say, Makelele is one of the few players to have a position named after them. So when he talks about how to be successful central defensive midfielder, you listen. It's not about the physical quality. It's about smarts, understanding about when to make an impact, when not to, learning about where your teammates are. You have to use this position to read the game. You need to have leadership in the position. You don't play for yourself. You play for everyone else to be okay in the team. Because the manager can't do anything anymore, you have to guide the way to play and the way to win. So with Makelele and others gone, who can talk about the Chelsea DNA now? I don't know. It's my club and I love this club. It's hard, he says, but I will have a job where I am going. Maybe I will do more of what I was doing, helping players at Chelsea on the pitch, more as a trainer. So yeah, he basically talks about that. Yeah. Who's there now? Who's there now at Chelsea Football Club that can show the values, that can sort of bring forward the examples of previous generations to this new generation? Who's there now to do that? No one. No one. This is why there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things accumulated in order for Chelsea Football Club, to fail right now. There's a lot of things. Chelsea Football Club is not just doing poorly because of the manager only. There's a lot of things behind it. There's no one there. Everything that Roman built, everyone that was involved, everyone's gone. Everyone's disappeared. As I said, Peter Cech as well. He left because he didn't see the vision that the new owners had. He didn't want to be part of that, so he left. Makelele, the same thing. All the players have gone as well. As I said, players like Rudiger probably should have stayed on if the new owners had some sort of idea to keep some parts of the team intact. People that actually understood what it meant to play for Chelsea. Kovacic maybe, or one of Kovacic or Kante. And then you slowly add the new players. What has happened is new owners came in, everyone left because they just didn't see eye to eye with the new owners. New owners then brought in a whole heap of mediocre backroom staff. A lot of people from Brighton. Our medical staff members are different. Everything is different. Sporting directors, new sporting directors. Whole heap of new players. The club, basically, everything that was known under Roman just disappeared. So it's not a surprise that Chelsea is not doing well. It's not a surprise. And Makelele in the article pretty much outlines that. And for us to come back from this, I don't know. I don't know whether we can come back from this. And in my next video, I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit more. Max shared this particular tweet, which was a long time ago. Hush, actually, Hush, who's a member of, who's one of the loyal subscribers, who's been kind enough to share this particular tweet where Ben Jacobs talks about this, which was back in, I think, 2022. So I'm going to do a video, my video next one later tonight, elaborate as to, I think, why the owners, they're not really concerned about winning. Look at this. This is a particular comment, a quote that's coming from Iqbali. He says, Tony Bloom, spends 10% of the payroll, wins almost as much as those who spend far more, and has very stable mid-market, mid-table, very profitable club. This is where we are now, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are. Everything that we've believed, everything that we liked about Chelsea Football Club has been stripped away from us. By the way, big up to Valan. Happy birthday to Valan, ladies and gentlemen. Wish Valan a very, very big happy birthday. Big up to you, my man. Let's not forget about set piece coach from Brentford. Yep, absolutely. Chelsea's Brighton's dump yard at this point. Yep. Kante, Caicedo would be an interesting midfield duo. Look, we could have kept one of Kante or Kovacic. Any one of them. Could have kept one of them. But now we had to let go of everyone. We had to let go of every single one of them. Caicedo is not a CDM. Hope Lavia returns and plays line CDM behind Enzo and Caicedo. Don't even know where Lavia is, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. Sam saying, Ms. Havertz is really starting to play good at Arsenal. Maybe our team needs the next Mikel Arteta. Don't see any players' improvement under Poch except Palmer. Yeah, look, Havertz is in an environment right now that is just thriving. You know, he's got some quality players in and around him. He's got a manager that's got a lot of technical ability, you know, in terms of tactics. So he's thriving. He's thriving. I mean, it hurts. It hurts. I thought he was going to be a flop over there, but yeah, look, he's doing well. Kuba is saying there is no coming back, Miz. We are dead and buried unless the owners change their strategy, but they won't do it because profits are most important. Yeah, I'm worried for the football club, man. I really am. I've said it. We've entered the dark ages. Miz, don't worry. I've said their plan will fail because they misunderstand what being an elite club is and what happens when you take it off that table. It has a ripple effect. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really know whether it's really going to have a ripple effect. I think for these owners, someone tweeted the other day or someone messaged me saying, you know, for coming 10th in the Premier League, you still get about 100 million. Is that true? I think the prize money for coming 10th in the Premier League is still 100 million. The winner gets something around 160 or 70 million or something like that. For coming 10th, you still get 100 million. These owners, as long as they can keep the wage bill down, and they can make profit out of selling players, getting 100 million a season for coming 10th, yeah, why not? And if you can somehow get the odd opportunity to make it into Champions League, fair enough. Sid, you fans must take responsibility also of things we said to sack all players. Now we are enjoying what we wished for instead of being patient. Look, do you know what? I never wanted Rudiger to go. I wished our previous owners were able to find a new contract for Rudiger. Rudiger really wanted to stay at Chelsea. I think the dispute was maybe money. I don't know. But I wish the new owners also did their level best to keep someone like Rudiger, but they didn't. Kante, look, I knew one of Kante or Kovacic was going to go, but when it was clear that Kante was going to leave, we should have done our level best to keep Kovacic. And when we saw maybe Kovacic was leaving, we should have done our level best to keep Kante. I know Kante was injury prone, but I think for the betterment of the team, as I said, for young players to look up to, it was necessary to keep some of these players, Kante, Rudiger, potentially Aspi for another season or a bit. Do you know what I mean? A couple of more seasons. Not necessarily have to play, but just important to make the young players understand what it means to play for Chelsea. Right now, the squad is just lost. Really just lost. Dark ages it is. We need to talk more about disconnection of fans and what could happen with us becoming mid-table. Personally, I'm already at the lowest as a fan. I'm not engaged anymore during matches. And look, I don't feel entertained one bit when I watch Chelsea play anymore. It's tough to watch, and and it always finishes off with disappointment. Aka, I would have sold Kante and kept Georgie and Kovac. Yeah, look, Georgie is another really good one. But a lot of you guys didn't want Jorginho. He's too slow. He's too this. He's too that. He's not athletic enough. And now the same conversations are happening for Enzo Fernandez as well. He's not athletic. He's not robust. All we ever want at Chelsea Football Club is just athletes, proper athletes. We don't want any technicians. Valence just shared Premier League prize money distribution breakdown. Oh, nice. Let me have a look at this. For each position. Domestic TV money, 1.8 billion. Here we go. Here are the estimated prize money. Now, these seem low. Here are the estimated prize money for each position. First, prize money per position, 44 million. Nah. It can't be that low. Oh, here we go. What's this? Estimated Premier League payment to clubs 2023, 2020, 2023, 2023, 2023, 2024. There you go. Prize money, 161 million. And if you come 10th, look at this. 130 million if you come 10th. If you come 11th, 128 million. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, even if you're coming 10th. Look at that. If you're coming 12th, 124 million. Yeah, it's just... It's as that particular, tweet from Ben Jacobs, as you can see. Tony Bloom only spends 10% of the payroll. Mid-market, mid-table, very profitable. He has a very stable. Do you know what I mean? Spends 10% of the payroll, wins almost as much as those who spend far more, and has a very stable mid-market, mid-table, very profitable, mediocre, everything mid. He loves it. Egbali loves it. Egbali absolutely loves it. Kevin K, big up to you. I agree. Keep De Zerbi away. How much can he go round and round with these non-elite managers? He was even quoted saying he isn't about winning trophies, but just wants to enjoy and have fun. Well, we can already pay for Osimhen even when finishing 10th. Yeah, this is why the Premier League is the Super League, man. The Premier League is the Super League. Marcus, Jackson, Palmer, and Petrovic have been the best signing, and they didn't cost over 70 million like Mudryk, Caicedo, Enzo. Yeah, but as a unit, as a squad, it's just not good enough still. Constantine, the difference in prize money from 7th to 12th is David Washington transfer fee. Oh my God. It's incredible. Brian CFC, Kante was deadwood with no medical team at Chelsea. Yep. Look, Kante now, it seems like he's he's not getting injured at Al Ittihad. Obviously, the intensity is a lot lower, but maybe he finally got over it. That 130 million is still not covering our 9-year contract expenses. Yeah, but the wage bill's low as well. You have to understand. And that 130, that's just prize money. Don't forget all the match day income that we make, the revenues from there. Don't forget all the revenue we're going to make from selling players. Don't forget that we've reduced our wage structure. We've cut costs massively. Sponsorship money, this, that, the other. There's a lot of money coming Chelsea's way. Chelsea did very big mistake. There was no transition in the club. They just sold all the players and bought new players. Chelsea winning has been tied to transition. And Real Madrid, you're right. You're right. Too many changes, too quick. Owners should have taken a little bit of time before just cleaning up on everything. Faisal, even though I don't want him, I'm confident we will get De Zerbi because we have so much talent. He can potentially unlock Mudryk, Colwell, Cucurella, and Caicedo, our record transfer. I'll do a video later on about Roberto De Zerbi. Look, I don't think he's as bad as some of you guys are putting him out to be. I think he's a very, very good manager. Coaches like De Zerbi and Amorim have specific systems with specific roles, and those coaches need a collective buy-in like Arteta received. Will we give these coaches such autonomy? I doubt it. I mean, if I see progress, if I see some level of patterns of play and some level of organization structure, and if I see certain players growing, then yeah, I'm pretty sure the fans will stay patient. Will he give? I suppose your question is, will the coach get all that autonomy from the new owners? Probably not. Probably not. And this is why we keep saying that the owners, they need to change their vision. They need to change their approach to how they want to lead Chelsea Football Club. Because I think we should get Isak rather than Osimhen. He's really good and would cost less. I think he fits our current team. Look, as I said in recent times, it's not just about bringing in players anymore. If it was that simple, just bringing in some new players and that's it, Chelsea are back. It's not that simple, man. The issues are stemming from above. The issues are coming from the owners, the sporting directors. There is so many things. I mean, we just went through the entire The Athletic article, the interview of Claude Makelele. It's not just about bringing the players in, man. There are far bigger issues. The DNA of the football club is gone. And in order to build a new DNA, like, it's going to take a long time, man. It's going to take a long time. And if you don't have the right approach, the right vision, you look at our owners, they seem to be focused on young players, low wages. They're quite happy to be sort of mid-table-ish. Then you're never going to get that DNA, man. You're never going to recreate that DNA from before. Royce and Miz, the crazy thing is the Potter probably fits this squad better and Poch fits Potter squad better. We are so backwards. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Haj, no, I mean the club, Miz, when you hire coaches like this, the club needs to back their collective vision. Like, I'm sorry if it's Amorim, this team will need a lot of... Yeah, I get you. Fully understand you. Daniel G, teams like Arsenal are way more prime and in best position to capitalize when Pep and Klopp leave. Our board thinking we will take over the league are deluded. We're not even top 10. This is the thing. Obviously Arteta, he finished, I think, eighth, and then started to progress forward. But even when he was finishing 8th, you could see the style of football that he wanted to play. We're not even 8th. We are dwindling in 10th, 11th, 12th. We are disappearing. Marviel, Miz, I'll ask again. Was Kai and Werner really the problem? No. Look. Back during Thomas Tuchel time, I have to say, I truly believed in Thomas Tuchel. I really did. During Thomas Tuchel time, Kai and Werner, they missed a lot of gilt-edged chances. But yeah, you could probably argue Was everyone else good enough in the squad as well? You know, did they have high quality players? There was just a lot of mediocre players as well. During Thomas Tuchel era, there was a lot of mediocre players too. He was just punching well above the weight. He really was. He really was. And now Kai Havertz has gone to a very, very good team filled with excellent players. He's doing well. He's doing well. All right, we're going to slowly wrap things up. Ibrahim, when Pep leaves, Arsenal have a good chance to create a dynasty. We are nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. Werner was useless in the box and Kai was living off his UCL goal. Aka, no, do not rewrite history. Werner is the worst footballer I've ever seen, and Kai was always had potential, highly inconsistent. But Werner is pure, worse than Mudryk. What makes the new owners think there will not be a new Klopp and Pep in the league after those two leave? Yeah, I mean, it's as if once Pep and well, obviously Klopp's leaving at the end of this season. Oh, it's just the easy, straight route to the top for Chelsea Football Club with Pochettino, whoever is the next manager. It's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that easy. As many people have said, Arteta is probably keeping a keen eye on whoever comes to Liverpool and Man City. You think they're just going to be sitting behind? They're going to get top managers. They will get top managers. So yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Make sure 100% before you leave, smash that like button, guys. Very, very important. All right. And yeah, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later tonight for another video. Until then, take care. See ya.